Football first started in the 1900s. It was created from the rules of soccer and rugby. Every rule was edited by Walter Camp until he died in 1925. Football coaching has been a job ever since the start of football. College football was one of the things that became most popular in America. It was popular because college football had bowl games and rivalries that went on between teams. Professional football started out as more of a Midwestern sport but then grew to a national phenomenon. Football got really popular in 1958 because the championship game that was played. It has been called the greatest game ever played. The NFL's first name was the American Professional Football Association. 2 years later, they changed the name to the National Football League, or NFL. The NFL started out with 11 teams, which has now grown to 32 teams. The league started out with one conference, called the NFL, but now they have two conferences, the AFC and the NFC. And they have the playoffs so they can go to the Super Bowl and try to be national champions. The Super Bowl has now become the most watched annual event in the United States. The regular season starts on the Thursday in the first full week of September and goes until the end of December or early January. Then the playoffs start, where it is single elimination to make it to the Super Bowl to become national champion. What does a football coach do? They teach the people how to play a sport. They teach the basics first, then they work their way up to the difficult stuff. Football coaches have to come up with game plans to beat the other team. Some coaches work full-time as a coach, while others are part-time as a coach and a teacher in that school district. Most coaches start out by coaching little kids, then work their way up to older kids. To become a professional coach, you have to be very successful at lower levels. If you aren't a teacher, then you must meet state requirements to be able to coach. Classes coaches might take include physiology, kinesiology, nutrition, and fitness. Classes coaches have to take include sports science, physical education, and exercise. If you are a part-time coach, then you will have to go to school to get your teacher's license so you can be able to teach. Coaches and scouts had an average of $35,580 in 2008, and there was about 225,700 coaches and scouts. Football coaches have to be great leaders. One of the greatest coaches that ever coached has to be Vince Lombardi. He has a total record as a coach of 96 wins, 34 losses, and 6 ties, and was 9-1 in the playoffs, which is amazing. He didn't like to lose, do anything but win, and thought anything else was bad, which really made him one of the best coaches to ever coach a game of football. 7 championships, including 5 in a row when the NFL championships have combined with Super Bowl wins, is truly amazing. There's probably a good reason that when you win the Super Bowl that you get to hoist the Vince Lombardi trophy. As more sports and activities grow, we will need more coaches. The job market is expected to grow much faster than the average between 2008 and 2018. There is a lot of competition at the professional level of coaching, so if you are successful at the lower level of coaching, you might be able to become a professional coach.